Hello and welcome. My name is HobbyJon. Today we're talking about flashlights. Yes, something I've loved since I was a little kid. Now, my progression here I'm going to show you isn't complete. These are just some representations of different points in my life. So these are not all the flashlights that I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the progression here. So Mini Maglite, this was kind of the standard 20 years ago. It's crazy to think that long ago. And I look at where I got this. What, a Java 1 conference? How old are you, John? Well, what can I say? College days, you know. It's gives away my age and some of my college romps here. All right, so looking at the light, incandescent, tons of artifacts in it. You can kind of focus the beam. You guys, many of you older people will remember these lights, incandescent. Now I think most of the Maglites are LED. And yes, all right, that was very functional. For me at the time, this was great. And then, you know, if you want more light, you add more power. Enter Surefire. Now, Surefire makes a really solid product here. And this particular light operates on two 123 batteries. I actually have some right here, actually from Surefire. These are about $5 for this package, so about $2.50 a piece. The first difference between a big name brand like Surefire or 47s or Olight is that you get a lifetime warranty. The Bushnell, 1 year. Let's go ahead and turn that back on. Fresh batteries in all of these. And then, you know, there's the more kind of modern, I mean, it's nothing new, but kind of the more modern ideas. And that is, for the example of that today, we're going to use the 47's Quark Mini 123. All right, so there's 3 settings. I'm going to turn it on the brightest here, just for comparison. Whoa, blows those out of the water. And some of you may have noticed, I have it on my keychain. This is, this is what works for me. My friends laugh at me because I carry this light everywhere I go. And I put it on an S-clip, so I can clip my car keys, and I'm responsible for other keys, so I always clip them onto here. And I rotate through several keys a month usually. So this just is how I keep track of everything. It works for me. My friends, even though they make fun of me, still borrow this all the time. A couple of days ago, I was using this to help a friend with a car repair. So you can see the progression, 20 years, you know, I don't know how long these have been out, 15 years maybe. And then we're getting into the more modern LED flashlights. Let's go ahead and save some battery power here. Let's kill some of these. But let's talk about the subject of today. And that is this Bushnell flashlight, available at Walmart for $20. The whole body is aluminum. There is an O-ring on the tail cap that will give you some water resistance, and the head, from what I've seen, is not user serviceable. Let me even show you the packaging here. Bushnell 125 lumen. You'll see it's called the T125L. I assume that's based off of the lumens. And it operates on 1 AA battery. So it has half the power cells that the Maglite does, but it's way brighter, especially when you're talking about that Cree LED. In addition to that one main LED, there are additional LEDs around the perimeter. So you can see there's the 3 red LEDs, and then there are 3 blue LEDs. Are those necessary? I don't know. And if you look at the packaging, it actually says that blue LED is to help with blood tracking. What? Why would you ever use that? I don't know if it works. If you guys know for sure that works, post a video or leave a comment. I'm curious if that really works. I'm not going to stab myself just to find out. So the Bushnell entry here is pretty interesting in a lot of ways. The colors to me are kind of a gimmick, but what really interests me is that main beam. That main beam does have a lot of artifacts in it, and I was curious why, so I looked at the reflector. The reflector appears to be made out of plastic. Let's see if I can find that seam in the viewfinder here. Yeah, there it is. So in the 12 o'clock position, so up here, you'll see there's kind of this crooked, what looks like a molding seam on the reflector. It's plastic, along with the lens. The lens is plastic as well. And that contributes to the poor beam. And it's hard to see here. I mean, I don't have the best surface to show you. Maybe I'll roll in a picture. But there are artifacts in this, and it's not the highest quality beam. It does have a Cree LED, and it does operate on 1 AA battery. And if you look at the head here, you'll also notice there are crenellations here. So it looks very tactical. But the question arises, John, would you use that as a tactical light? No, I would not, for a couple of reasons. The plastic I mentioned in the first place, you don't want something to melt or break when you need it the most. Additionally, this switch, it's a clicky switch, and you can soft press it to toggle through the lights. But I noticed that in certain situations, I'm not sure if I can replicate it here, in certain situations when I click really fast, it stays on colors. So it won't change colors even though I'm clicking on it. You can see right there. So I'm clicking, 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 and it just stays on blue. So I found that you have to be very deliberate in your clicks. So you have to click slow, wait, slow, wait, slow, wait, slow. So in a tactical setting, the last thing you want to be doing is clicking your light when you should be focusing on your target and your objective there, right? So not really, they were close to the tactical arena, but not quite. Could it possibly flex into a tactical use? Yeah, probably. Realistically, and one of the reasons why I like this light so much is because this makes a great toolbox light. It makes a great household light to replace something like the Maglite, right? Now, I know they make Maglites with LEDs, but to me they're just too big and clumsy, too heavy, just too much for what I need. And I mean, Bushnell makes here, I actually have the big brother right here. Bushnell makes something of a similar size right here with the 225. And again, I assume, here's the packaging. I assume they named it after how many claimed lumens it has, 225. And actually should show you the runtimes too of both of these while I'm thinking about it with the packaging here. So the 125 with the 1 AA battery is supposed to last 50 minutes. I can understand that. A Cree LED, high output, 1 AA, fine. AA's are easy to replace, dime a dozen. Not literally, it's an expression, folks. The red, and the blue claim 5-hour runtimes. All right, with an extra battery, you're going to expect that to increase, but they increased the output as well. So you get an hour and a half. And again, almost 6 hours, 5.5 hours with the blue. All right, those are interesting runtimes. So around the house, these are great. Most people, whoever it is, your kids, your spouse, yourself, in the middle of the night, you want some Chips Ahoy cookies, you're going to turn on that main beam, let your eyes adjust. Who cares? 30 seconds, let your eyes adjust. Walk over and get your Chips Ahoy cookies. Chow down, have fun. Great, all right, good for you. That's what most people are going to use this light for. The clip makes it convenient. I mean, if you're working like on your car, you want to hold your light, you can clip it. The clip is actually pretty useful. You'll notice on the small one I left it because on the small one I think it's useful, but on the big one it's just too big and clumsy for that clip. And yes, it came with the same size clip, okay, which is fine. But to me, the small one is my favorite one by far. This is just, again, too big and too clumsy. Same reason why I don't like the Maglites. So, have they finally made a good, reasonable, relatively modern flashlight? And the answer is kind of. They're so close to making a very good flashlight. The first thing they need to do is they need to hammer out exactly what they're going to do with this light. If you're going to make a tactical light, make a tactical light. Bushnell, if you're watching, to make a tactical light, be sure to use a quality reflector. Get a more reliable clicky switch, black it out, and allow us to program, or at least start, on a lower beam. And you can lose the blue LEDs as far as I'm concerned. But I understand there is a use for a high beam right off the bat, and a user serviceable head is also nice. I don't know if you can do all of that and keep it under $20. It seemed like they were so close, and I like this enough, and I've gone through many Walmart flashlights, LED flashlights, looking for something that's reasonable. I had problems with tail caps just outright breaking, internal springs breaking that hold the battery, falling out, falling apart. They've just been, let's say, poor quality. There's been poor quality control when it comes to some of the lights I've used and purchased. I've probably gone through a dozen of them in the last 5 years, looking for a good toolbox light. And this is the first one that's lasted a couple of weeks. And although not impressed with it, I feel like it is actually useful. I hope that helps somebody out there. Go check these out. They're not bad. Bushnell has come out with a good entry here into the flashlight world. I think this will be a success, and hopefully they will continue making this and make a few improvements, get some better quality control, and hopefully we'll see more like this. And maybe, obviously, in the future, we'll get some programming in there, get some more lighting options in there, and some longer run times. And I think this is a good setup for Bushnell entering the 123 battery market, getting some lithium batteries in a flashlight and doing some real damage here in the flashlight world. Thanks for watching. My name is HobbyJon. Leave your comments about what you think and give me some input about other lights that are comparable to this that I should look into in the $20 or less price range. Thanks for watching.